Alright. Let's go, guys. We are here with an amazing match. It's a rematch. This is one you guys see me covering over and over. It is the best type of Zerg versus Zerg there is, because this is between the best two Zergs in Korea. And every time they play, it's not Zerg versus Zerg, because this is Dark, the player with the most inefficient build orders, but the best micro and play from behind. Never count him out of any match. But he's up against the biggest brain, best preparation player in the world. The guy who often beats his opponent with the mental game, the choice of build orders, the planning before the series even starts. In the top left, it's Rogue. It's amazing when you think about it. Just big brain planning, massive gambles though, to take advantage of his opponents is what Rogue's known for. Dark, on the other hand, he'll just throw out all-ins in this matchup. He'll throw out a big variety of stuff, but he's known for his inefficient play. I would say his Zerg vs. Zerg is a little more efficient than his other matchups. The real question here is this going to be another draw game? Because this has come highly recommended to me as one of our best maps out there. And this was actually, I believe, like the final game of like a best of three where they were tied up 1-1 to get out of their group in first place in DreamHack Masters. But this is, of course, part of our best games kind of series of shows where we grab not just whole series, we grab the most exceptional games. And this one, people said, you gotta cast it. It was wild, it was interesting, it was exciting. And as always, I hope that people have not recommended to me poorly. We're going to find out together what goes on. As for once, Dark does not open up with a 12 pool. And it's just going to be hatch first, hatch first. Rogue prioritizing minerals over gas. Notice he's just letting his extra drones rally to the gas, never dipping below 16 on minerals. Dark, on the other hand, same thing. Same thing, actually. So identical build orders here. Now, both sides did send one Overlord across to just check where the third base is, what's going on there. The other one straight to the natural. And it is Berlingrad. Now, of course, this is the map we recently found out there's no doggos on this version inside the main base or the natural, the TLMC version. There's still some cute little dogs out in the middle of the map. This is one of Rufus's progeny, managed to escape new repugnancy, made it over here. His name's Daryl. Daryl the doggo. He's a good boy. Does like playing fetch. Hopefully won't have to get hit by anything. I mean, Zerg vs. Zerg's not as big on the splash damage. But Corrosive Biles, Baneling Splash, Lurkers sometimes are the things which could take down some of those critters in the friendly fire, even if the players don't intend to. Now, Link Speed on the way for Dark, but Rogue's being a cheeky bugger. He's not using that gas, guys. We're going to see a very quick lair going up. There we go. Lair does start, and he's going to go for an Evo Chamber, Roach Horn, Wall-Off. Now, that doesn't mean he's going Roaches, because a lot of people will do this into a Spire. With how quick this lair is, if he wants a Spire, he needs a second gas ASAP. Otherwise, it's a Nidus all in. And I mean, you still might want two gases. I'd say you'd still want two gases for a Nidus. The drone! Oh, the drone holds position there. That blocks Dark from scouting. Dark's like, you cheeky bugger. Now, in of itself, Rogue being that desperate to block the scout does tell you something. It tells you that he's being a cheeky bastard. Now, he might just be trying to pretend he's a cheeky bastard. We'll see what happens. Dark has a Baneling Nest and an Evo Chamber in the wall. Going to send two more Zerglings out. He needs to see what's going on. There's still no extra gases. Rogue. Interesting. Pulls another Evo. Doesn't want to let any scouts in. And +1 starts immediately. Okay. I mean, it looks like just a solid macro build order for Rogue. I think he's just going to go Roach Speed with the fast lair. The lair doesn't really seem to serve a function in this build order necessarily. He's also hid two Zerglings so he can scout a bit later. Now, with the Link Speed map control, of course, the third base is up for Dark. Now, Dark has not pushed that Overlord back at all. I'm kind of surprised. He must have missed that Overlord there. Of course, Dark seeing the creep knows, okay, yep, you got a quick third, no worries. Quick carapace for Dark. And his own Roach Horn now finally going up. He's building a Baneling Nest. This to me feels like Dark thinks he's going up against Mutas. I mean, Carapace kind of counteracts the +1 range in Ling versus Roach. But if you're going Roach versus Roach, +1 range is going to be way better for you. 16 Zerglings building now for Dark. So he's going to look for a cancel on the third base that he expects Rogue to go for any moment now. As Rogue's Roaches come out, he's going to move down, take a third, and the Ling's going to look to cancel it. A Spire goes down? What? Why would you build a Spire now? Huh? Rogue, Mind Game Town. He goes for what looks like a solid Roach build, and then he drops a Spire? Wow. Okay, this is very hard to read for Dark. Thing is, I think a crisp Roach timing would actually kill Dark in this game. Maybe, but maybe he's only on 40 workers. I mean, Dark's on hatch tech. He's actually going all in. Never mind. Dark does not have any drones on the third. Rogue sees this. He also sees... Oh, the Ling's pretending to be ready for a Nidus Worm. Oh, he'd love Rogue to Nidus him right now. Dark is building a very big army. He's building a lot of roaches of his own. And because Rogue already has roaches out, though, can this really work? Dark is going all in with 8 roaches. He's got a lot of overlords. I think he's going to go with 10 roaches and mass Zergling. Okay, so the way this works is basically... Oh, no, Rogue's going to attack into it. Rogue, you saw no drones on the third, bro. You saw no drones on the third. Don't attack. You're gonna get surrounded, bro. Because he doesn't have an overseer. He fakes it. And then he pulls back. Wait, where's he doing? He's running around with his roaches. He's trying to scare Dark. And he's gonna go 5 meters now. He's building spines? Huh? I'm so confused. What information do you have to know you're being all in? Okay, I think it's the Ravagers, because they got an Overlord kill there. He's building 5 meters. He's trying to build spines. Dark realizes, or Rogue, sorry, realizes he can't defend his third. He's building an Evo in the wall off. We talked about how that's what let him down. Last time he went Mutas versus one of Dark's timings on Oblivion in GSL. He never Evo chamber walled off when he was in this same position. His Mutas are out so late, guys. He's got to focus down the Ravagers. The Ravagers, the most important unit for him to focus on. Dark kills the base and just runs away. And I actually think that's really wise. He's going to go drones because there's no way he's breaking that wall. He's going to lose at least a couple of these Ravagers here. One goes down. Only 4 Mutas. Looks like they only get like 2 Ravagers. Queens will push back those Mutt-Mutts. And Mutt-Mutts actually go for the drones as well. They fly right past, but you can't really do that because Dark immediately is like, oh, you're going to go for my drones? Runs across the map, threatens him. The Mutas have to loop back. Then the Ravager Ling pulls back and he's like, oh, you're going to go back for my drones? Okay, I'll go back and hit your... I'll go kill you then. I'm not going to let you get a third. Third base goes up. That's going to get canceled. Rogue being way too greedy here. His Mutas should absolutely be staying on the defensive and he should be trying to sneak up a corner base right now. If he's going to play like this with the Mutas, he's got to sneak a corner base. Mutas are going to go for the drones. He's going to get a bunch of them there. 3 drones go down. Mutas going towards the main base. He's going to get a 4th drone there. A lot of mining time already going down. He's going to the 3rd. The Spore Crawler, though, well set up. He's going to take out one of these Mutas if he's not careful. Sling Ravager, keeping him pinned back. Now, +2 attack is on the way. So Rogue's going to have way better roaches. And he, honestly, he's building 2 more Mutas. He's going 11 Mutas. I think he should save the rest of his gas just for roaches. As long as he takes a 3rd, which he is doing right now, he'll be good. And he's going to try and get 1 more Ravager. Transfuse is a very good ability, though. Saves that. Overlord's going to get picked off on the map as well. Overlord in the bottom left, Overlord in the top right as well. Okay, we've got Carapace on the way now as well. So, yeah, sorry, as well. Pig, learn to commentate, mate. The basic rule of commentary, guys, is don't use the exact same word or phrase repeatedly, or your opponent's eardrums will feel like they're being smashed by cymbals. Did I just call you guys my opponent? Your viewers. Viewers, opponents? You guys are my opponents. What can I say? I'm that competitive. Anyone who has to listen to my bullshit commentary is my opponent in this duel. Anyways, Mutas are going to go in, pull back for now. He's got way better upgrades, does Rogue. Ling Ravager. I mean, the Lings are such a kind of average unit. I'd love to see Dark split those off. The fact that his army's still together hurts me. I'd love to see his Lings just run around the map a bit. He doesn't want to throw them away, but I don't think he should be letting the 4th base get up for Rogue right now. And it's just mass roach for Dark on such a low worker count. I don't know how he intends to do anything with this. Like, he's got no progression. He's now adding drones and some more queens, but Dark's in such a bad position right now. It feels like Rogue here has kind of outplanned him, outplayed him a little bit. Rogue's getting up the economy lead. He's already got the upgrade lead. And Rogue should be able to finish him with Mass Roach Ravager, I would think. Like, Zerglings can be kind of annoying to deal with, but now that +2's kicked in, for the Roaches, they're going to 2-shot the Zerglings. So, as annoying as the Zerglings are, because they're going to tank a lot, you've just got such a Roach advantage. 44 Roaches to 18. Obviously, we're counting Roaches and Ravagers all as one there. It gets a little bit hard to do. What do we got? Hydroden on the way in the back for Dark. So, I don't know, man. I feel like you need... I guess Hydras make sense, just so we can get some extra damage. Dark has actually got a 10 worker lead. Rogue's kind of going all in with his Roach Ravager right now. I think he's expecting Dark to push him because he saw that Dark was very slow to drone up. Accidentally, he does get his Mutas aggro there. Loses one of them. 47 Roaches. Okay, Rogue's got to go. He's maxed. Rogue is kind of waiting for Dark to step forward. Rogue is making a very bad play right now. He's hiding his Roach count and he's waiting for Dark to push him. He's doing a reactive all in. Rogue wants Dark to push into him and throw the game away. But Rogue, you've got such a big army and upgrade advantage. It's 2-1 versus 1-1. Go! Half of his army's in Zerglings. They're trash at this stage. Rogue, though. Oh no, he's embracing his inner Serral. I do feel like this matchup, Rogue is Serral, for those who don't know, and Dark is Raynor. It's exactly the same thing within Korea, where Dark is more of a crazy gambler, wild man like Raynor, and Rogue, as much as he gambles, it's very intelligent gambling, and right now, he's honestly playing a little bit like a panic-stricken goat. Now, Rogue, one of the contenders for the GOAT title. Serral, also a contender for the title of greatest of all time. However, sometimes when they play their arch nemesis Zerg vs Zerg players, Dark or Raynor, what do? They freeze up like one of those fainting goats. They do. It happens. I mean this in the friendliest way. I love them. They're both great, amazing, godlike players. But let's be real. Rogue and Serral miss timings where they could kill their opponent all the time in ZvZ. All the bloody time. And he's missed it. He's had a massive army advantage, massive composition advantage, massive upgrade advantage, and he's just sat on it, on less workers, and now he's trying to go Hive Tech and a Nidus Worm. He was just too cautious. He was so sure that Dark was going to take the fight to him. And when Dark didn't move out, and Dark, always flexible, so I guess I turtle up here, guess what? We've got a guy who's maxed on roaches on a shit economy, and he didn't use the lead when it was there. He just let a timing slip away. Even the best players in the world, this happens to. This is why understanding timing and when your army's strong and weak is so important. If he attacked into that army that's 50% bloody Zerglings, I'm telling you, he would have killed it. He was way up in army supply, about 30 army supply lead. And now, it's a big problem. Okay, Mass Roach Ravager trying to take the concave defense there for Rogue. More Ravagers for Dark, though. Going to be very useful in tight areas. Nidus going up for Rogue, though. I don't know if Dark realizes that Rogue waited for him to be distracted. And, oh, Rogue eats some biles, but Nidus is about to pop. Dark's so distracted right now. The Ling snipe the hatchery in the top. A lot of Roaches do split up there. Mutas chase back the Roach Ravager. And there we go. It pops out. He could bile down that Lurker, actually. If his Overseer moves there, especially, Rogue's got to try and take that one down if he can. He's going to set that up. He's going to try and hold this ramp. Biles on the ramp could be big, but he only unloads a small chunk of Roaches. More Mutas on the side, more Roaches on the side as well, but they're running into Spore Crawlers, not the most valuable target. Time to get out of the main base. Army on the front, though, does take a good fight. Mutas are killing the fourth base of Dark. Rogue's taking an okay fight here. Remember, the upgrades are even. It's 2-1 versus 2-1. It's the Hydras and the Lurkers adding a massive bit of damage in the back. When they're able to stand and fight, the Roaches, they're going to snipe the hatch down. Rogue gets it, but he sacrifices a lot of Roaches for that. His Mutas do kill another base. He knocks Dark back to 2 bases. However, remember, he never rebuilt his hatchery. In the midst of that, he did not rebuild his hatchery. He's going to throw another Nidus Worm up. He's very low on gas right now. He needs to rebuild 2 hatcheries if he can. He's got a lot of Lurkers out. But actually, Rogue, okay, he's got his own Lurkers out now. His own Roaches run in for a bit of a run by their skirmishing with a Roach Hydra. Shit's hitting the fan right now. It feels like Rogue has got the advantage. Dark scrambling to stay alive. He's losing Overlords there as well. Not that it's supply capped him just yet. He pulls his army home. These Roaches all surviving deep in the red. We've got Seismic Spines about to finish for Rogue. Whereas Dark going for the mobility first. He goes for Adaptive Talons, the permanent stim pack on those Lurkers effectively. Muta's going to go into the main base, dancing around at the spores, well spaced. Overlord on the right side, going to spot for another Nidus Worm. One pops up on the left, able to reinforce that angle. Dark assumes, okay, it must be up here. And the Roach Ravager going to go for a bit of a skirmy skirm. Skirmy skirm, that's Australian for skirmish. For anyone watching from overseas, you're welcome. Our abbreviations are always intelligent and always save us time. They definitely don't make things longer and more annoying to say. What can I say? Sometimes it's not all efficiency. Sometimes it's for style. Anyways, Nidus Worm goes down. Ooh, Roaches run into Lurkers. A few of them die, but a quick pullback from Dark avoids critical damage. Fourth base in the bottom left as well. We've got +3 range on the way. And both of them are rounding out the upgrades. So they're both getting the second Lurker upgrade. Both guys have kind of stabilized, but with this base only now starting, this base finishing, Rogue is up in attempted base in bases, going up to a 5th base. Seems like he's handling things really well. The thing is, it feels like this is still a lowish economy. 56 versus 58 drones, kind of a scrappy game they're in, right? Oh, but Rogue gets a cancel on the 4th. I was going to say, I just worry. Because, like, every time Rogue has an advantage over Dark, I'm like, oh, now Dark's going to play 10 times better. Dark plays better from behind. Dark doesn't plan his builds as well. You put him deep in shit and he swims harder than anybody else swims. You put him in a terrible position where anybody else would be like, how do I possibly win from here? Dark immediately clues onto like 5 different things he can do to screw with his opponent. So right now he's just trying to survive. He's trying to weather the storm, but I still have hope for Dark to survive and fight back in this game simply because he is just who he is. He's Dark. He's a man whose legend is just, it's huge. It's massive. The consistency this guy has had over the last few years. I mean, we keep talking about greatest of all time today and all the different casts they do. Who's the GOAT? Who's the GOAT? You know, Dark is one of the most consistent players in the last 5 years of StarCraft. Multiple-time GSL champion, almost a world champion in terms of 2016. And then he finally got that world championship in 2019 as well. I mean, a lot of people say if the Reaper wasn't so overpowered, he would have had it in 2016. Dark, can he weather this storm though? Rogue is such an expert in these scenarios. The Nidus Worm's constant. He's got Lurkers sieging the left, though they're not really in range of anything right now. It's all about this push on the right. At this point, I think the Mutas, they've been so effective all game long, but I think he's had enough. I think Rogue's like, they're too much of, they're wasting supply. They're not helping me in a frontal fight. Let's swap into more Vipers and whatnot in a little bit. Right now, though, 3 Vipers for Dark, none for Rogue. He's going to push on forward. Where are the Lurkers for Dark? He's got, like, only 2 Lurkers here. Dark is just so gas-starved. The Blinding Clouds do help hold the line. The Queen's desperately transfusing. That was a very good hold for him. And he snuck the Roaches across the map. A big old Roach counterattack comes in. Hydra's coming in. The Hydras don't have any upgrades. Unupgraded Hydras, the most overpaid unit. Oh my god. Oh my god, they're getting slaughtered. The Lurkers on the right have now stalled out. The Vipers here are holding on. The Lurkers on the left do take out 1 enemy Lurker and a Spore. That's not the end of the world right now. It feels like Dark. I said he could hang on. I said he could fight back. Guys, he's fought back. He's hanging on. He takes out the Nidus Worm. He's finding more of these bloody useless, unupgraded Hydras. They're basically just there to transform into Lurkers. The Roach is moving to the right side at the same time. And Dark will not go down without a fight. Rogue has literally been kneeling on his bloody fucking head. He's been punching him in the face. He's been drowning him, holding his head under the bathtub water. And Dark just will not die. He will not give up. Rogue, though, had such a bank advantage. He's still got the worker advantage. He's still got these bases. He can reset the mining. And he's still in control in terms of being up 11 drones and up on 4 bases. Dark is like, I got 7 mineral patches I'm still mining from, and all 3 of these are about to run out. He's got basically Viper efficiency, and that's all it's working for him. Now, Rogue, though, has looked eager to finish the game. He's got to remember to not let another one of those Roach run-bys get him. Remember that Tunneling Claws, I think, got finished. Actually, no, it only got made for Rogue. Rogue's the one with Tunneling Claws, but he's kind of forgotten to use it since there's detection everywhere. 4th base there, 5th base there for Dark. He's going to try to get back in this game. A 3 Roach run-by comes in. 3 Roaches grab 3 drones. Hydra's finally getting their upgrades queued up, by the way. Both of them queued up there for Rogue. The Spine Crawler gives a bit of Hentacle action to those Roaches, and they both go down. So not the end of the world. Rogue's starting to expand everywhere. He's like, okay, if you kill 1 or 2, not the end of the world. He's still got a gap. No, he's actually filled that gap in his vision, but he's not paying attention. Or is he? Actually, whoa! No! Rogue diving! But it's a Blinding Cloud orgy. Nothing can shoot right now. What the hell? They both yoink each other's Lurkers out of the ground. Blinding Cloud them, burrow them, unburrow them, abduct them, Blinding Cloud them, burrow them. You can be forgiven for not knowing what's happening on the screen. I don't know what just happened either, guys. We just had a lot of people drop Blinding Clouds. You can't see who's a who's. Doesn't matter. They both affect both sides anyways. And Lurkers did stuff. They did things to each other. They weren't nice things. Some of them ended up friendly firing the Blinding Clouds because they were abducting the enemy Lurkers into their own Blinding Clouds. Like, that was a messy fight at the end of it. It feels like Dark's supply is higher. He's actually getting in here with some Lurker harass on the left. He does lose some Roaches in the middle, but he's going to find damage on both sides at once. The Hydra's coming forward, trying to chase off those unsupported Lurkers. Roaches are going to get caught on the right side as long as Rogue micros this. And his Roaches don't go off elsewhere. Cleans that one up. Rogue's still on 73 drones, but guys, Dark has, and he's harnessed the power of awesome numbers, gamer numbers. He was on 69 drones for a little while there, and when he builds a few more spores, he's going to try and build 2 spores. 1 there to go to 70. 1 more Spore Crawler, please, Dark. We need gamer numbers. Come on, mate. You can't win this unless you make gamer numbers. Come on, Dark. 7 Vipers for Dark. 3 for Rogue. Now, remember, you need Hydras. So the next few fights are going to be focused on abducting each other Vipers, and you want to hold position your Hydras so they gun down the enemy Vipers very quickly when they get abducted. So you're going to see Vipers trading positions, but because Dark's a little bit more... Oh my god! I was going to say Dark's a little more broke, but my lord, the Roaches run up there in a blob. The Lurkers get like maybe 10 Roach kills, 9 Roach kills, something like that. Oh, they pop them. They pop them. Oh. Oh my god. 3 Evo chambers on the way here for Dark. Those are energy banks, for those who are wondering. Those are to suck energy off with his Vipers. That's what those are for. The Roaches do a bit of damage to the hatchery before pulling back. And these Hydras are definitely the advantage, I think, right now for Rogue. Only 6 Hydras out for Dark. So Dark's going to have to, like, pepper parasitic bombs and that sort of stuff. On the other hand, though, he's got 27 Lurkers? Oh my god, let's just click this Lurker button. Oh my god, they're everywhere. Oh, guys, he can't lose. He can't lose. Dark is just going to go. He's going to run in, and he's just going to abduct everything to its death, right? But he's still in turtle mode. He's, like, got triple the Lurker count almost. I mean, Rogue... Yeah, what? He's going to 30 Lurkers. No way, dude. Rogue just went to 90 drones, though. So Rogue is like, okay, this is going to go along. Let's play the efficiency game. He's going to build spores and spines everywhere. Which Dark has already done, by the way. Now, what's the point of the spores? Guys, you need Overseers for detection. But if the spores kill the Overseers, then you can't see where the opponent's stuff is. So, if you just build tons of spores and Lurkers, like, Dark has been on the back foot for so long in this game that he's like, look, if I just turtle, I'm going to let Rogue impale himself on me. And this is actually the worst part of ZvZ. If you're playing someone who's willing to turtle, and this is, why is Dark doing this? Because, guys, he's killed 8,000 resources more of Rogue stuff and he's still losing. He has been down, like, 2 bases the entire game. Let's bring up the income graph. Look at the income graph. It's 10 minutes of, like, an average of about 1,000 resources more a minute being mined for Rogue. Like, Rogue has literally mined, like, 10,000 resources more than Dark. But Dark's just like, efficient defense, efficient defense. I put myself in bad positions all the time, so I don't even mind. This is the power of being Dark. You don't care. You don't care. He's like, I play from a bad position every game. Have you seen me play Zerg vs Terran? I do that Platinum League build order that Loco teaches people where you build like 8 Roaches just to scare the Hellions off, do nothing else with them, and then I'm just behind in workers for the entire game, but I win anyway, because I'm really good at StarCraft. And we're like, how do you win GSLs with these build orders? And he's like, well, because I practice literally in a 5 times gravity chamber every game, I'm just better than other players. And we're like, yeah, that, and you're one of the most gifted players of all time. Dark's a freaking ridiculous player, but it's still going to be hard because Rogue has so much more bank. He's taken more of the map. He's going to start moving forward. I think he needs to start building forward spores everywhere. And keep Nidusing as well. I think Nidusing could still win the game. Oh, he abducts the Vipers in. Some of the Vipers get abducted in. The blinding clouds for Dark are lit. Oh my god. And I think he just... Did Rogue just abduct one of his own Lurkers and kill it? I'm not sure. Guys, okay, let's keep an eye on the Viper count. Dark, and the moment he got abducted, he blinding clouded the Hydras so they couldn't shoot him. He could not. So Dark absolutely blinding clouded those Hydras. Only lost 1. 4 Vipers have died for Rogue. Every Viper is 100 minerals, 200 gas, okay? 100 minerals and 200 gas. 300 resources. And gas is going to be the most important thing in a Lurker Viper battle. So every trade like that is great. Now, not only that, guys, remember that Dark enjoys being annoying. So he's like, I have a Roach. I have a Roach. It's going to kill your Spire if you don't watch. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Just being annoying. This is what Dark does. He's trying to be a dick. Rogue's like, man, I've been ahead all game. How do I kill you? Yeah, he just killed his own infestation pit, guys. Rogue just killed his own infestation pit. He's lost it. He's lost the plot. He's like, Dark just won't give in. Dark's like, dude, I'm totally fine now. That lead you had earlier, it's gone at this point, mate. It is gone. Your lead no longer exists. Rogue's like, I have 3,000 more minerals. He's like, let's see that matter. Dark doesn't give a shit, dude. Dark does not care right now. I feel like psychologically it's much more frustrating being in Rogue's situation, but he gets some good pickoffs there. Can't let your opponent be getting those. Dark's got to get in there and start abducting, and he needs some more anti-air. You see, he's relying on the spores for the anti-air. And keep in mind, guys, spores do crazy damage. 30 damage a shot versus biological, so versus every Zerg unit. So you can abduct Overseers. Even an Overseer is 150 minerals and 50 gas. So it's not bad. He's waiting for his spores to finish before he abducts. But Dark, he's losing these lurkers one at a time. Rogue's just taxing him right now. Parasitic Bomb does land on the Vipers. The bees! Ow! Ow! Get away from us, Barry! Piss off, there's bees on you, bro. Dude, what are you... Barry! Why? Barry the lurker, a bit of a coward. He's that guy who literally gets a bit of Semtex stuck on his back and he huddles in with his friends because he feels scared. Be like, you are literally the worst, Barry. Lurkers over here as well. They're going to try and burrow in the mineral line. One of them will go down. He's going to have to move spines and spores over for the other one, though. Units lost tab, 7,000 behind for Rogue. Now, if Rogue takes that bottom left base, he can trade worse than Dark. But up to this point, just because he's been mining more, that just means Dark's bases are going to last longer. Right? So trading so much worse means he'll lose in the long run unless he can mine out both corners. Because if he mines the top right, that seems good. But if Dark eventually ends up mining the bottom left, it doesn't matter. Already, this base is so fresh for Dark. This base, so fresh. This base, so fresh. Because he took them way later. Let's check the units lost tab. 4 Vipers for 2 now. Let's see how this next trade goes. Dark wants to get him. Dark's like, get over here, mate. Grabs a lurker. Spikes inside of it from underneath. From beneath you, it impales, is the saying of the lurker. If you go to Lurker Academy, that's on their crest. It's up on the wall. From beneath you, it impales. No one really understands how lurker spines actually get inside the ground and up into people, but, you know, it's a thing, I guess. Now, notice they're doing a bit of a changeling war as well. So they keep sending changelings in, because if you get vision, you can abduct their unit without really losing anything, right? So notice Dark sends in a changeling, and he's like, oh, this guy there. And those are in range, actually. And now Rogue's like trying to use his Overseer Lurker to siege the spores. Dark trying to secure this base. Roach is running in and dying. No! Oh, we just saw a big Viper trade. Except when I say trade, I mean 5 more Vipers of Rogues died for 1 of Dark's. Guys. Dark right now has a big fat grin on his face. And he's like, I know you're pissed off. Because you were killing me earlier, and you can't beat me, and now you're frustrated because you feel like you should have won. Whereas even if I lose, I know I've still got another match after this to qualify through to the bracket. I'm feeling good about this. Rogue goes for the Hive Snipe, doesn't quite get it. That's a clever move. He's getting melee upgrades. He's got adrenal glands. He's looking for those Ling Run buys. Those can be game changers sometimes. But there's Lurker Spore everywhere. He's got so much Lurker Spore, does Dark, and now Dark's like, lol, 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 lol. You thought we killed planetaries quick? Look at what we do to spine crawlers. Man, these Lurkers are doing good. Another big Ling Run, but he's gonna get the Hive. So Rogue here, oof. A little bit of micro would have gone a long way if he just sent a few of his Zerglings off on an angle. He could have lured the spines away. Hive is being defended by Hydras. The Lings are going to burrow next to a Spore Crawler. Not their best hiding place. Oh no, that's like when your special cousin Nigel comes over and he thinks he's really smart because he's like into fucking maths and numbers and Dungeons and Dragons, and you play hide and seek with Nigel and he literally hides behind a curtain in plain view and you're like, Nigel, that's not how you play hide and seek. And he's like, you must have cheated. It's the only way you could have known. You burrowed next to a Spore Crawler. What do you think you're doing, bro? Well, Rogue will kill the bottom left base, but he's getting pushed back in the top right. Another big Ling Run, but he's going for it. He's going to go for the Hive Snipe. He got the Lurker Den, remember, guys. He did get the Lurker Den. He's going to go towards the main. These Hydras going to come in. They will die. Ling's going to get some surrounds. Lings do really decently verse Hydras, guys. They've got these good upgrades. He's missing +3 melee, but that's okay. The Hive's going to go down. A new lair starts elsewhere. There's 10 Vipers out. So you've just halted Viper production on a guy who already has too many Vipers. I don't know if that's going to be enough for Rogue right now, who's still trading terribly. He's down 13,000 in the resources lost. Dark Efficiency Master is frustrating the heck out of Rogue right now. And look at this. He's running in there with a run by of Lurkers. He's doing a little bit of a run by of Lurkers here. He's trying to just catch him out of position. Look at that. He burrows out of range of anything. There's so much going on. He's abducting these Lurkers one at a time as well. He's got Lurkers killing the Evo bank over there. That's the energy bank. He's got this Hydra battle going on. Rogue has Vipers as well, and yet he's barely winning this fight. It feels like Dark is just being very annoying, but oh, the spores! Rogue, the spores! Okay, they kill one Viper. The other one's barely survived. Oh, Parasitic Bomb will kill that Viper. He runs over. God damn it, Barry, we told you about this! Finally, they do push him away and he dies on his own without infecting the rest of them too badly. The Lurkers are going to run up in the middle. A Hydra surround, though. Unsupported Lurkers getting surrounded. Not too bad there for Rogue. We've got the Vipers. Oh, he counters with a good Parasitic Bomb. Does Rogue. Dark, though, with a good split. Big Hydra Force now running rampant. He's got another Lurker there. It does go down. Both sides, guys. 40 Hydras for Dark, 30 for Rogue. They've both swapped to the more mobile Hydra-focused army. Just keep in mind, a few Lurker shots annihilate Hydras. Blinding Cloud goes down on the Lurkers there, but there's so many Vipers. Dark's just going to kill him. Dark with the sickest comeback. He gets in there, and he actually makes the comeback that should never have happened. 16,000 resources more efficient with the same unit set. 16,000 resources with the same unit set. What? Are there any Dark haters in the chat anymore? In the comment section? Give me a reason why you don't think Dark's literally the best micro, mechanical, late game, and scrappy player of all time. If his builds weren't so shit in the last year and he wasn't always falling behind and he just played like this, he would never lose. He would never lose. Like honestly, his ability to make comebacks in the last year and a half of StarCraft are insane. They are something that I don't know if anyone has done it as regularly as Dark has. Look at that units lost tab. Better than 2-1. It was 2.5-1 Viper trading that he got. He did lose more Lurkers, but that's because he lost half as many Hydras. He lost half as many Zerglings. He lost less drones, half the Roach count. So obviously he invested in almost pure Lurker Spore Viper there, and he absolutely destroyed, guys. Dark is a savage. He's a mad lad, and he drags that one back and ends up getting first place out of their group into the playoffs of DreamHack Masters. Well played. You've done it again. This is why we always cast Dark games. GG, well played, mate.